What's up YouTube, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Yuto Horigome collaboration with Nike SB on this Dunk Low Pro in the Matcha colorway. This marks the second official collaboration between Nike SB and Japanese pro skateboarder Yuto Horigome. As a follow-up to his 2023 SB Dunk, which was one of the hottest releases of that year, this second colorway is inspired by Yuto's favorite drink, Matcha, and they've been trickling into skate shops in late March and early April, and there's an official Nike.com or sneakers release on April 5th. So these retail for $135 US or $170 here in Canada, and the official colorway for this shoe is asparagus, light khaki, Legion green, dark Loden, sesame, and burnt sienna. That's a lot of colors, but that's the official color description on the Nike SB website. So jumping into the details of this shoe, and let me tell you guys, there's a ton of details on this sneaker. I think it was very well thought out. So starting things off with the toe box, you'll see this is covered in this khaki colored suede, and like any other Dunk, we have these perforations all across. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have this olive green colored leather, and it features speckling all throughout, giving it more of an earthy feel. This covers the eyelets of the sneaker, but the very top eyelet, you'll see how it's covered in this metallic finish. This is said to be inspired by the grinder used to grind up the green tea, which turns it into matcha. On the mid panel, we have this suede layer, which has a very subtle pattern to it, and then overlaid on top of this, we have a dark green colored leather swoosh. Moving downwards, we have more of these leather overlays, which I forgot to mention, kind of feels like nubuck to the touch. On the lateral side, we have Yuto's family emblem. This is debossed on the lateral side only. Above this brown layer, according to the Nike SB description, it's mentioned that they utilize bamboo fibers, and then the top of the heel is covered in another layer of suede, and we have Nike branding embroidered across. In terms of laces, this pair comes with 3 different lace options. The standard lace and the one that I prefer most are these oval-shaped green colored laces, but they also come with a very light khaki colored lace and a pink colored lace as well if you want to give the shoe a little bit extra color. Underneath this, we have a padded Nike SB tongue, and on the top we have this woven tag with Nike SB and Yuto branding, and this is done in a mix of khaki and green. On the back of the tongue, we have another tag here. This again features Yuto's family crest, and then the back of the tongue and the interior of the shoe, this is lined in a very soft liner. It almost feels like a synthetic suede to the touch. And this being a Nike SB Pro model, we have this additional padding around the back Achilles area of the shoe. For the insoles, this is your typical foam-lined Nike SB insole. They do feature custom graphics on the top layer, along with both Yuto and Nike SB co-branding. And this being a Nike skateboarding Dunk, we have a Zoom Air unit which sits underneath the heel of the insole. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this solid rubber cupsole, and then for the bottom, this is your typical Nike SB Pro outsole. So this is done in what looks like a recycled rubber in green. So we have this speckled finish to it all throughout, and in the middle it's cored out, and in it sits a layer of foam with Nike SB branding in it. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this shoe. And for those wondering about how these fit, so personally I went with my normal Nike SB size. So in my case, I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in my normal SB size, which is a size 10.5 or a half size up. I know some people have stated that they went true to size in these because they felt like the tongue wasn't as padded as a normal Nike SB Dunk Low. I can kind of see that, but not to the point where I'd want to go true to size. That's me personally. I just like more of a spacious toe box when it comes to Nike SB specifically. When I go true to size, I just feel a little bit of pressure or chafing around the pinky toe area. So even though the tongue may be not as stuffed as normal, I still prefer going up half size just for comfort reasons. But your mileage may vary, especially if you have a narrow foot or even a normal width foot. You probably can go true to size in these. But if you don't want to risk it and you normally go up half a size, just go with that same size for this pair. Next up in terms of the comfort, so unfortunately these feel like any other recent Nike SB Dunk. So it's going to feel pretty flat, pretty low to the ground, which makes sense from an actual performance standpoint if you're actually skateboarding in them. For me though, I'm wearing these casually, and unfortunately there's pretty much no softness underfoot. Even though there is Zoom Air underneath the heel, I honestly can't really feel it that much. So for a casual use sneaker, I find that recent SB Dunk Lows are just not the most comfortable option. I'm wearing these strictly for style. But again, your mileage may vary when it comes to the comfort of these. Finally, in terms of the quality and the craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality I was very impressed with. Everything from the suede to the different leathers used on this shoe, along with the small little extras like the metallic eyelet at the very top and this brown textile that they use on the heel, it really works together so well in terms of the storytelling of this shoe. The build of the sneaker I thought was average. There were some minor flaws like loose threads that I had to trim down myself, but there weren't any major issues that I had to complain about. It was free of any major glue stains or anything like that. So all in all, materials were really solid, but the build was just like your normal Nike SB Dunk. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. All in all, this is a beautiful shoe, and it's a great second colorway between Yuto and Nike SB. To me, it doesn't live up to the debut colorway from 2023, but I still think this is an amazing colorway, and especially if you missed out on that first one. I don't know about stock levels, but just looking at the current resale prices on this shoe, they're not going for that much. So if you really wanted these, I feel like you could save a little bit or sell a couple pairs and grab these on the secondary market if you strike out for retail. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this matcha colorway of the Nike SB Dunk Low. I'm not sure when this is going to be uploaded, but leave a comment down below if you were lucky enough to grab these for retail, if you struck out and bought these on the secondary market, or are you just not feeling the colorway and it's a pass for you. As usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'll link my social media accounts, all that good stuff down below for you guys to check out. And as always, thank you so much for the love and support, and I'll catch everybody in my next video.